Well, kids have just gotten their report cards, but how much do those grades really reflect how they've been doing over the last few months?
Well, a recent report from Toronto's Hospital for Sick Children recommends schools should reopen in September for the sake of our kids' mental and physical well-being. And here with a health checkup on our kids is psychotherapist Roxanne Francis. Roxanne, it's nice to see you this morning. And first off, what do you make of this recent report by Sick Kids?
You know, that actually reflects what I've been seeing in my practice. A lot of children have been struggling with their mental health, an increase in anxiety and depression as a result of loss of routine. They're no longer in class on a regular basis. They're no longer seeing their friends, seeing their teachers, and it's really having a negative impact on them because for children, routine and scheduling and knowing what's coming next, it gives them a sense of predictability and safety.
So, Roxanne, speaking of reports, participation also handed out a grade to our kids, and that was a D- when it comes to physical health. Now, really, of course, no fault on their own given the stay-at-home orders over the last little while. But because our kids have spent so much time online, parents are seeing addictions form with regards to gaming and social media. So, you know, you just mentioned some of those things right there, what we're seeing in the little red flag. So what should we be doing as parents when we start to see this?
You know, talk to your kids. That's the first line of defense. Children will, especially teenagers, will seem as though they're uninterested, but they really need their parents' input. They really need their opinion. Check in with your kids. You know, quite often the long hours online, the long hours gaming, can result in mood irregularities, irritability, again, with the anxiety and depression, decrease in self-esteem. Talk to your children, especially when they get off screens. Institute some changes, family game nights, bike rides together, yoga together, bake with your children. They may seem as though as they're getting older, they're pulling away, but they really do need your input. Not having physical activity is beginning to have a detrimental effect on our kids. And, they're spending more time online on social media, gaming, many, many hours in front of the screens. Quite often after parents are gone to bed, children are up into the wee hours of the morning. They're getting up when they feel like it. They're going to bed when they feel like it. Again, there's no routine for them. And it really is having a negative impact. So as parents, get involved, talk with them, encourage them, ask them what's going on in their game world, ask them what's going on in the social media world. You'd be surprised what they'll tell you if we just ask.
You know, that is such great advice on a number of topics. Be involved in your kid's life and make sure that you're checking in and talking with them. But do you have any other tips or anything you can recommend to try to create a bit more of a balance or a healthy balance between the tech side of things and getting outdoors and some outdoor activity?
Yes, I would say, have your children go with you when you are doing your exercise. There's a family that I work with, the children run with the parents. It really is, again, as you said, Jeff, all about balance. Find out what the kids are involved in. Play basketball with them. Right now, bubbles are opening up. Encourage the children to connect with friends, bike rides together in a safe manner so as to prevent any kind of health issue. But really encourage them to get out and get moving, because that will sort of stave mitigate the difficulties with the mental health piece. Children all love to relax. We all love to hang out and do what we need to do with our friends online, Zoom calls and so on. But, being on screens all day, 24/7, schoolwork on screen, and now social life on screen, we really do need to step back.
Roxanne mentioned the importance of routine. It's funny because come the summer months, normally when school comes to an end, families go, okay, we're going to relax over the next couple of months because it's been so routine heavy over the school year. But that hasn't been the case necessarily for a lot of families over the last few months. So I know you say, don't be afraid of the routine, or at least bringing some routine back over the summer.
Right. when I talk to parents about routine, they often think scheduling, and I often have to talk to them about the difference between routine and scheduling. Scheduling is really all about do this at 8 o'clock, then 8:30, then 8:45, then 9. Routine is more along the lines of going to bed at a regular time, waking up at a regular time, having meals at regular intervals. When there is no routine, there is a lack of structure and emotional regulation, emotional safety, and children need to know what's coming next. When they are setting their own, schedule, then they will wake up whenever they feel like it. They'll eat whenever they feel like it. They connect with people whenever they feel like it. And the truth of the matter is, they don't know if they're coming or going. And so, as parents, we can't just pull back and leave it all up to them. Over the past few months, we've had a relaxed routine and a relaxed schedule for the children. But what I've seen is that they have finished their schoolwork in about an hour or two. And then for the rest of the day, they're off either sleeping the day away or gaming the night away. Unfortunately, there has been a rise in self-harming behaviors, addiction behaviors. And I really do believe that if we incorporate more of a routine over the summer, this will help the children, especially as they prepare for school in September.
All right, some great advice from Roxanne Francis. Roxanne, thank you so much. We appreciate the time with us.
Thank you for having me.